7 things Catholics need to know about IVF. The Catholic Church understands that married couples who are struggling to conceive a child may suffer greatly. She therefore encourages research and the use of various medical techniques aimed at reducing human sterility, as long as the methods used fully respect the dignity of the human person. One technique, known as in vitro fertilization, or IVF for short, involves a process by which the father's sperm and mother's egg are fertilized in a glass dish, and the embryos are later transferred into the mother's womb. This process of artificial fertilization is one of the methods which the Catholic Church considers to be morally unacceptable. Here are 7 reasons why. Catholic teaching maintains that every child has the right to be conceived in the natural marital embrace or sexual act of the husband and wife. The human sexual act has 2 components, the unitive and procreative. IVF separates these 2 and makes the procreative component its only goal. Through IVF, the child is no longer the result of the physical and spiritual union of the married couple. Instead, IVF makes the child a commodity produced in a laboratory and makes doctors, technicians, and even business people part of the conception process. The sperm used is usually obtained by masturbation, which the Church teaches is immoral, since the deliberate use of the sexual faculty for whatever reason outside of the marital embrace is essentially contrary to its purpose. If one of the spouses is infertile, it may be necessary to use sperm or eggs which are donated from a third person. This method infringes a child's right to be born and raised by his or her biological father and mother, who are bound to each other by marriage, and to know who their parents are. It is also a betrayal of the spouse's fidelity to each other. Many, if not most, of the conceived embryos, who should be respected as new and unique human lives, end up dying throughout the process, being discarded, frozen indefinitely, or even used for medical research. Others, after being transferred into the womb, may be removed and left to die by a process called selective reduction, and those who do survive have a greater chance of birth defects. Finally, we must remember that children are a gift from God and not a right to be obtained. Though the desire to have children is a noble one, the child's rights must be safeguarded. These include the right to be the fruit of the physical union of his or her biological parents and to be raised by them, to be respected as a person from the moment of conception, and not to be treated as a commodity or manipulated. In light of the gospel of Jesus Christ, while sterility may present a married couple with a great trial, it still allows for hope. Spouses who remain infertile after trying all the morally legitimate medical procedures, such as NAPRO technology, should unite themselves with the Lord's cross, the source of all spiritual fruitfulness and life. They can express their generosity by adopting children or giving their lives in service for others. What about parents who have already conceived children through IVF? To these, the Catholic Church extends the grace of God's mercy by calling them to repentance and the sacrament of confession. She nonetheless sees each of these children as a gift from God, no less than any other, regardless of how they came into the world. The eternal perspective and the goal of making it home to heaven must always be kept in mind. These encourage us to willingly trust and obey our loving Father in all things, and to remain faithful to Him and to His one holy Catholic Church.